San Marcos looks like a permanent weekend, river town, college energy, a downtown that you can actually walk. And when you visit, it feels like you found the cheat code. Float the river, grab tacos, watch the sunset with friends, and it almost feels like life is just easier here. But here's the thing, visiting San Marcos and living in San Marcos are two completely different experiences, because the version people fall in love with on a Saturday afternoon is not always the version you wake up to on a random Tuesday morning. And that's where the story changes. This is Tube Town, and today I'm breaking down the real reality of living in San Marcos in 2026, what's amazing, what's frustrating, and what surprises people later. And most importantly, who thrives here and who should probably take the next exit. But first, let's talk about why people fall in love with this place, because San Marcos works. It really works. The first thing you need to understand, the river is not a feature, it's the identity in most towns. Fun is something you schedule, you plan it, you dive, you drive somewhere for it. But in San Marcos, fun is already built into the map. The river is the reset button. Bad week, deadlines piling up, life getting chaotic, you still end up floating the river with friends on a random afternoon. Like it's completely normal, because here it kind of is. That's the Tube Town ritual. And once that rhythm becomes part of life, living somewhere without it starts to feel strange. But the river alone isn't what powers this town. The real fuel, the people. San Marcos has energy, but not the forced kind. It's just alive. Texas State brings thousands of people into the town every year. New students, new friends, new energy, which means something is always happening. Even when you didn't plan anything, a random Tuesday turns into grabbing drinks, dinner turns into a night out, and suddenly it's midnight. And you're walking downtown thinking, how did this happen? The spontaneous energy is a huge part of the vibe. But there's another advantage here that most people overlook: location. San Marcos sits between two major cities, Austin to the north, San Antonio to the south, which means you can tap into both. Concert in Austin? Easy. Spurs game in San Antonio? Done. You get access to big city opportunities, but you come home to something that feels like a town. That balance is rare, and when it works, it works. It feels like you've hacked the system. River days, downtown nights, friends everywhere, smooth float. But every river has rapids, and San Marcos definitely has a few. Here's the part that nobody leads with. Eventually, the vacation version of San Marcos runs into real life. Because sooner or later, you hit a Tuesday, you're busy, you're tired, you're behind at work, and suddenly the river doesn't fix your calendar. You still have errands. You still have noise. You still have parking problems. You still have those days. Everything takes longer than it should. In a town that felt like a permanent weekend starts to feel like a place people actually live. And that's when newcomers notice something else: the college rhythm. San Marcos moves in waves. When school's in session, energy is high, restaurants packed, downtown buzzing. The town feels alive. But when school breaks hit, everything shifts. Population drops, pace slows down, weekends fill with visitors, and depending on your personality, you'll either love this energy or you'll start craving quiet. But there's one thing almost everyone agrees on, and that's the highway. Yes, I'm looking at you, I-35, and if you've lived here long enough, you will develop some strong opinions on I-35, because this highway can decide your entire day. San Marcos is growing very, very fast, and you can feel it. Some days, traffic is totally fine. Other days, one accident, one construction zone, one random slowdown, and you're suddenly sitting there rethinking your life's decisions. Especially if you commute to Austin or San Antonio. The drive can start to feel like a hidden tax on your time. But traffic isn't the only surprise. There's also the cost of the vibe. San Marcos used to be a hidden gem, but that secret is out. People want river towns. People want proximity to Austin. People want this lifestyle. and demand changes the market. You're paying for location, you're paying for the river, you're paying for the map pin between two major cities. If you're expecting ultra cheap living, you might be surprised, because in 2026, San Marcos works like this. You're paying for the vibe, and if you don't actually use the vibe, those rapids feel a lot bigger. Here's what locals eventually learn. San Marcos works best when you live with the town, not against it. Think of it as a float trip. You don't just drift, you stop at the sandbars. Most people who love living here have a 3-stop routine. The best version of San Marcos might actually happen early, before the town wakes up. Coffee, quiet streets, a walk near the river, before traffic, before crowds, before noise. That's when the town feels small again, peaceful, almost like a completely different place. Then comes the midday reset. 10 minutes outside, fresh air, park, river, just stepping away. And for a few minutes, you'd be surprised how much that changes your life. Because here, the outdoors isn't a background scenery. It's part of the rhythm. Then there's the night move. Downtown, food, meeting someone for a quick hang, which somehow turns into a whole thing. Maybe drinks, maybe music, maybe just walking around, running into people you know. That's the social glue. And the people who love San Marcos actually participate in it, because the town only works if you see and use this lifestyle. Now let's be honest, Tubetown is not for everyone. San Marcos is perfect for you if you're outdoors first, you like being around people, you enjoy spontaneous plans, and you want walkable pockets. You actually want the river lifestyle, not just the Instagram version. But San Marcos will wear you down if traffic ruins your mood, noise makes you angry, you want maximum space for the lowest price. You need predictable quiet every day, or you just don't like college town energy. Because this place has a personality, and if your lifestyle doesn't match that personality, you'll feel it. That's the takeout point, and be honest about that life you actually want. All right, final float score. If you want a town where the outdoors is the culture, San Marcos is elite. If you want calm, predictable, low friction living, this place might not be for you. This place might test you. The biggest mistake people make is moving here for the vibe, then living a lifestyle that never uses the vibe. If you're going to float, Tubetown is worth it. If you're not, you're paying premium prices to sit in traffic and complain. The Austin area keeps changing fast. If you're planning a move anywhere in Austin, San Marcos, or Central Texas, call or text me. I'll help you avoid the look good online, not great in real life neighborhoods. And if you want vibe maps, drop the next town in the comments. Because if that place has defining ritual, we're building the whole episode around it. See you in the next one.